Hey everyone, it's Rose Jacobson, and I'm here to talk to you about the first New York versus New York basketball game. That's right, the Brooklyn Nets took on the New York Knicks tonight in the first cross-rival town game. Now, before we even start, let's just talk about what I just said, cross-rival. A lot of people are saying, is this really a rivalry? Rivalries usually come from the fans getting excited and going against the other fans, or, long histories of facing each other in the playoffs. But to be honest with you, I think that this can be a rivalry and it will be a rivalry because the teams both this year are kind of evenly stacked. I know there were some injuries tonight, but regardless, they're kind of both evenly stacked in my opinion. And also the fact that the Knicks and the Nets, it's kind of like the Mets and the Yankees. Like people from Brooklyn, they love their borough and they want to represent it, and they're going to root for their team. They've had a great showing. The Nets have been a struggling franchise, and now they're really coming back strong. They have the same record now as the Knicks after defeating them tonight. So right now, I think that it is a possibility for it to be a rivalry. I mean, I still think it needs to grow, but I definitely think there's potential. What do you guys think? A lot of people are complaining that this isn't a rivalry and blah, blah, blah. But as the Knicks fan that I am, I do have to say it was only the first game. So watch out, Nets. But the people to talk about today is I have to go on and say something about Brooke. Now, Brooke Lopez, and again, I'm going to get yelled at, but Brooke Lopez, I feel, is the best player on the Nets right now. One of the reasons I think they did so poorly last year was because Brooke wasn't playing. He was hurt the whole season. And yes, D. Will is awesome, and he's arguably the best player on the team as well, but he's been struggling shooting, and Brooke has really stepped it up. He's been crashing the boards. He's been rebounding, which is insane, which is the same thing as crashing the boards. And he has been shooting really well in the post. He's been shooting really well from his short range. He's just been playing good defense. He's handsy. I think Brooke Lopez is playing worth the max deal that the Nets signed him. A lot of people were outraged that he got a max deal. And you know what? As of right now, for the first couple of games that the Nets have played, I think he's more than earned his max deal, and he's proving to be a max player. Also, D. Will is doing a wonderful job passing and causing turnovers and playing defense, but right now his shooting is a little bit struggling, so that's why I gotta throw it over to Brooke. For the Knicks, though, on to the good stuff. Tyson Chandler had an amazing game tonight. He scored 28 points, which is his career high, and he was so active defensively. He was crashing the boards, especially on offense. He got in there, finished plays. Whenever shots weren't going to fall, he ran down the lane, finished them with a dunk. He was so good tonight. So good. And he came up really big defensively a lot of times, and I really think that he was just so active tonight. Hats off to him. He really dominated the game. And Melo also had 35 points, and actually Melo and Chandler combined today for a total of 63 points. So they had 63 of the Knicks' 89 points. What is that, like 80%? That's crazy. The Knicks need to get the other members involved, and I think now as we move into talking about Melo, the fact that Jason Kidd was out tonight does hurt because I feel like he opens up a lot more areas for, or not areas, but he opens up a lot more ways for Melo to score and Melo to be open. But Melo did have 35 points tonight, and although he did score a lot, which obviously is very important in the game to win, he shot horribly from the free-throw line. He was 10 for 16, and in a close game like this, especially one that goes to overtime, which, again, by the way, this is the first overtime game that the Nets and the Knicks have had the entire season, those points come back to bite you. So if he would have made those free throws, it could have been a different situation, but never know. And Melo also had a few times when he kind of reverted back to the old Melo, where there was a lot of defense on him, they were double teaming him, and he was feeling a lot of pressure, and instead of passing it or trying to, look around, he shot the ball. And he made just just bad shot decisions. But altogether, I really can't hate too much on him. He did good today. I just don't want him to go back to that, revert back to the old Melo. Scary thoughts. Very scary thoughts. And he also on defense was a little bit lackadaisical today. He was caught off guard on some screens, and then also he had a couple defensive lapses over Gerard Wallace, who also had a great game today for the Nets. But yeah. The MVP today, the real MVP for the Nets, in my opinion, was Raymond Felton. And that's right, I said the MVP for the Nets. Raymond Felton today could not buy a basket if, I don't even know, if he owned Boardwalk in Monopoly. He would still miss. He went 3 for 22 tonight. 3 for 22. I don't get it. I remember when I was little playing basketball, my coaches always said when I missed shots to get my confidence up, shooters win the war, keep shooting, keep shooting. Why didn't someone just go up to him like Sheed and just grab him and say, stop shooting the ball? I mean, seriously, he kept taking shots when he was off, and I understand you got to get your groove going, but in a close game like this, when you're just missing and missing and missing and missing and have no rhythm, come on. Come on. And he did do, I have to give him credit, he did do a good job of drawing the defensive players to him, which opened up some passing lanes. But I mean, altogether the Knicks couldn't provide a lot of offense around that. Before I forget to tell you real quick, Jason Kidd was out today with bad back problems and back spasms. They're not sure. He's day-to-day. And then Ronnie Brewer during the game fractured his pinky, and more information is going to come of that pending an MRI. So yeah. Blah. After I just spit everything out at you, what are your opinions of this game? Do you think that there is a rivalry? Do you think that Melo is reverting a little bit to his old ways? Do you think that the Nets are now a team to be reckoned with? I mean, I think the Knicks kind of didn't play as well and with as much chemistry as they did the first couple games. And they need to get that fire back and just, get things back on track. But that's all I have to say about that. I'm really disappointed that the Knicks lost to the Nets the first time they played Brooklyn. Whatever. You know what? We play them again. We'll just beat them every other time. And we'll make them pay. I hope. But anyway, let me know your opinions. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. So, later. Have a good night. Bye, guys.